How do these mysterious people live in the water? Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in a completely different world? One that's so vastly different from your own that it's hard to imagine? A world where the rules are different, the norms are strange, and the way of life is completely unique? Well, get ready to experience just that, because in this video, we're taking you on a journey beyond now to explore 3 of the most unusual and fascinating ways of life on the planet. From the mysterious sea gypsies who can hold their breath for over 5 minutes, to a tribe that lives in complete isolation from the rest of the world, these are the people who have mastered the art of survival in the most extraordinary of circumstances. Deep in the South Pacific Ocean, there's a nation of islands that are home to some of the most isolated and primitive bush tribes in the world. The islands are known as Vanuatu, and they are one of the very few places on our planet where bush tribes still live in exactly the same way they did hundreds of years ago. The hidden tribes of Vanuatu show absolutely zero signs of Western influence, making their culture one of the most raw and free we have ever seen. The beliefs of the Vanuatu tribes are based on black magic and animism, which is the belief that all things contain a living essence. They believe in spirits that inhabit the natural world, such as the wind, trees, and animals. They also have a strong tradition of ancestor worship, believing that their ancestors can help them in their daily lives. These beliefs are deeply ingrained in their culture and are passed down from generation to generation through oral traditions. One of the most fascinating aspects of Vanuatu culture is the concept of naghole, or land diving. This is a tradition that has been practiced for centuries, in which young men jump off wooden towers with vines tied around their ankles. The goal is to touch the ground with their heads without injuring themselves, as it is believed to bring a good harvest and blessings from the gods. The practice has become a tourist attraction in recent years, but it remains an important part of Vanuatu's culture. Another important aspect of Vanuatu culture is their unique art and music. The tribes are known for their elaborate carvings and sculptures, which are often made from local materials such as wood and stone. They also have a rich tradition of music and dance, with songs and rhythms that are passed down from generation to generation. The music is often accompanied by the beating of drums and the blowing of conch shells, creating a hypnotic and powerful sound that is unique to Vanuatu. In the face of rapidly encroaching Western culture and the devastating impact of climate change, the Vanuatu tribes are fighting a desperate battle to preserve their ancient traditions and beliefs. With rising sea levels and increased flooding threatening their very existence, the stakes couldn't be higher for these isolated islanders. Can they overcome these challenges and maintain their unique way of life? Or will they be lost forever to the relentless march of modern civilization? The Sama Bajau people, also known as the Bajau or Sea Gypsies, are a fascinating ethnic group that has lived an entirely nomadic life floating on the sea for generations. Their story is one of the strangest we have ever heard. They do not belong to any country, yet this does not bother them, as they are perfectly content with their simple life on the ocean. What makes these people so unique is their ability to spend their entire lives on the sea. As a result, they have become supernaturally adapted to diving. The same Bajau people can easily stay underwater for around 5 minutes or more at a time without coming up for air. This is an insane superhuman ability that normal humans could never dream of possessing. Forget Aquaman, I'm trying to get like that Sama Bajau for real. It's important to note that a normal human being would have suffered irreparable and often fatal brain damage from being starved of oxygen for this long. However, the way these people have adapted is actually very interesting. Scientists have found that they possess 2 very specific and exclusive genes that give them an impressive advantage underwater. Firstly, the same Bajau people have adapted so their blood flow is mostly diverted from their lungs to other vital organs, which makes them able to stay underwater for longer. The incredible ability allows them to hunt for food and search for valuable resources beneath the surface of the water with ease. Additionally, they have a gene that reduces the body's production of carbon dioxide while underwater. This helps to prevent the buildup of harmful carbon dioxide in their bloodstream, allowing them to remain underwater for extended periods without experiencing the negative effects that most people would. The Sama Bajau people have lived on the sea for centuries, and their unique way of life has been passed down from generation to generation. They have developed a deep understanding of the ocean and all the creatures that call it home. Their traditional knowledge of the sea is unparalleled, and they have even been known to locate underwater caves and reefs that are invisible to the naked eye. Despite the remote location and unconventional lifestyle, the Sama Bajau people are not isolated from the world. They have created intricate trade networks with other island communities, trading goods such as fish, shells, and pearls. They have also developed a vibrant culture with their own language, music, and traditional ceremonies. But with pollution, overfishing, and modern civilization threatening their way of life, will the Sama Bajau people be able to preserve their ancient culture for future generations? The Mursi people, also known as the Lip Plate tribe, are an indigenous group that resides in the Omo Valley of southwestern Ethiopia. The tribe's ancient customs and traditions have been passed down through generations, and they remain an important part of the Mursi people's way of life. One of the most striking aspects of the Mursi culture is the practice of lip plating. This tradition involves cutting a woman's lower lip and inserting a clay or wooden plate, which is then gradually increased in size. This process can take up to a year and is a rite of passage for girls who have reached puberty. The size of the plate is seen as a symbol of a woman's beauty and desirability as a potential bride. It is also believed to represent fertility, as a larger plate includes a greater capacity for childbearing. The lip plate is not a permanent fixture and is removed during meals and at night. It is then cleaned and polished with ash to maintain its shine. Women in the Mursi tribe are also known for their intricate facial and body scarification, which is done using thorns and knives. This painful process is seen as a form of beauty and identity, as each pattern and design represents a particular clan or family. In addition to these physical adornments, the Mursi people also practice body painting using natural minerals and pigments. They create intricate designs and patterns on their bodies, often to mark important life events such as weddings, births, and funerals. What is the record for the biggest plate worn, you may be wondering? Well, prepare to have your mind blown. The biggest split plate ever worn measured a jaw-dropping 7.7 inches across. It's hard to fathom how someone can achieve such a feat. But this village is known for its remarkable traditions and practices that have been passed down for generations. Imagine for a moment what it would be like to undergo this process. As you approach the Mursi village, a sense of nervousness washes over you. You've heard about their unique tradition of lip plating, but experiencing it firsthand is another matter entirely. You can't help but wonder what the process will be like and how much it will hurt. Your guide introduces you to one of the women who begins the process of creating your own lip plate. As she pierces your lip with a needle, you feel a sharp pain that takes your breath away. Would you have the guts to undergo this painful process? Either way, one thing's for certain: do not try this at home, kids. While the younger generation is starting to break away from some of these customs, many of the women here still proudly wear the split plate, which is an integral part of the Mursi tribe's heritage. It's a fascinating sight to behold, and tourists from all over the world travel far and wide to visit this rural village and witness this ancient culture that seems almost frozen in time. If you're a fan of unique cultural experiences, then you won't want to miss the chance to witness this awe-inspiring display of tradition and history. We hope you've enjoyed this journey into the strange and fascinating world of these unique communities. These are people who have carved out a way of life that is unlike anything most of us have ever experienced. As we wrap up this video, we want to thank you for joining us on this adventure. We hope that you've learned something new and gained a deeper appreciation for the incredible diversity of human life on this planet. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out our other content. We explore the most fascinating and unusual aspects of the world around us. From recent discoveries under the ice of Antarctica to why Nikola Tesla was right all along,